And here we are. We are live. With me, my dear friend, this side, Anders.
Hello, everybody. Good
From
to see you
Sweden.
all.
Welcome to our Friday evening, night, whatever, wherever you are, chat.
Yeah, exactly. Or 3 o'clock in the morning for what's his for Wolves. That's all crazy.
Thanks for joining in. I think hopefully you have a good recovery, Wolves. Obviously, you can't sleep well at the moment. Why would you join us?
That's all good.
Absolutely.
Right. So do we have any?
We've got Misfits in the house. Welcome.
Oh, and SPD Steve.
We've got Bo in the house. Welcome. We've got Easy E. Hey, how you doing? So the crowd is jumping in, gathering. How's your week been, Anders?
Well, so it's been. Bryce joining as well. Mike. Yeah, it's been a busy week. A lot of slot carring. I've been tuning. As I'm learning to tune cars, so I took a couple of slotted cars, MR Slotcar and Revo, and did tuning, and we'll come back and talk about the results. But I think I need some help or some tips and tricks.
Okay.
So we'll see what. Oh, Harry is in the house as well.
A very special welcome to Harry.
Welcome.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at the big oak
Mike. Mike is in the house. How you doing? But I have to admit, Andy and me had separated from each other a lot of talks on Discord this week. A lot of chats. Anders is frozen. Oh, now he's back.
No. Yeah, no.
Okay, you were frozen for a second. So yes, we had a few chats on Discord. So whoever wants to join Slot Yard on Discord, a good place to be. You can chat 24 hours, I would say, because there's always someone in there, always someone up, either from down under or the other side of the big pond or wherever, you know?
Yeah. I had a long conversation with Fox and Wolves earlier. They've been shopping a lot of HO cars, 164th. We looked at those. Well, it was a lot of fun.
They're shopping all the way. Hey, we've got Mr. Greg Galp in the set. Now that is an honor. Very warm welcome.
Absolutely, my hero. I'll tell you why.
Okay,
he's the one that made these grips, which I just love them. It's so now I have those grips on all my controllers, which is a lot of fun. So and I only have one of these, but all the others, other four are the Greg's fantastic.
Greg 3D printed ones, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's so generous of him to. I mean, he spent a lot of time in designing them, and then sharing it with the community. I thought it was really awesome, and he's
and so fun. Many guys jumped on that and actually print them off and are more than happy to have them. So,
and Greg also he has the worldwide chat. It's on Wednesdays, I think. I get confused if it's my Wednesday or is it their Wednesday or Tuesday, in the middle of the week at least. And they run it at different times, but it's worth checking out. There's a lot of good information. There's a lot of information that just flies over my head, but I figured you might as well catch up and learn. But it's.
Greg, thanks for sharing it for the community. That's a big service. I mean, come on. Others would have sold it and just giving it away. Thank you so much from so many users out there that already printed out and say, "Yeah, that's the thing for me."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got so many. I got a lot of comments as well. So, and then of course we have the only thing that does not really work that well is when some people are doing this, like you and Joe.
But that's the only real way. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, but I tried it, and I see the point when you have one of these, because you can have your index finger on the button, and so forth. Oh, what are your top 3 slot manufacturers? Oh, this is an easy one.
You go first.
Yeah, I have I'm an Excel nerd, so I have my list of all my cars with the brand, with the best times and everything. So I keep track of this every week, and I work through the list. And if I look at my top 10 list, it's only NSRs.
Okay.
Only NSRs. And,
but he asked for the three top manufacturers. So
yeah, so NSR is definitely one. I'd say Slothead comes second. And I'll take a deep dive here and mention a name that is not, I don't even own it yet, but I will on Monday around lunchtime, and it's Advanced Slot. It looks like it, but right now I'd say Slothead and Scale Auto. Those are my 3 favorites right now. But I think Advanced Slot will get up there.
I think they're catching up pretty quick. Well, being a 24 guy, I have to say we're fiddling and dealing a lot with scale autos in our club. So the 24s, and I can't just stick to 3. I have to admit, it'll be more than 3 with me. So it's definitely scale auto, BRMs or Revo slot. I mean, whatever size we're talking about, they're pretty much the same. And we've got a lot of Hiaces in today. We've got Mr. Greg Gaub. We've got Travis, the man from down under, now being in the mountains. So for me, yeah, the 24s, as we race them most, do count a lot. Scale Auto, BRM, Revo slot. Do agree, NSR, Advanced Slot, Slothead. It's big bangers, I would say. Yeah.
There are really a lot of nice cars, and I've started to appreciate. I've been a big Carrera. I have a lot of Carrera cars, and I've been a big Carrera fan, and felt like, yeah, they'll run. They are good enough. They're all fun. But now that I've started to buy some of these odd ones, or the odd ones for me, like more, I don't want to say upscale, but the more how should I say, more real slot cars, I started to appreciate them. I think my skill level is improving, so now I can start appreciating them. In the past, I couldn't tell a difference because I was such a bad driver, so it didn't really make a difference. But now that my skill level is going up, and I'm learning to tune them, and I've started to see, well, wait a minute, it actually makes a difference if you tighten or loosen up certain screws, or screwing tires, and making sure the axle is straight and polished and so forth. So which is tons of fun. But I don't have any shelf queens. No shelf queens at all. I'm driving literally with all my cars, which is kind of fun. Is that Austrian guy? Well, I think that's that Slotcar guy they're referring to.
Absolutely, yeah. Moving from Australia to Austria, yeah.
It's like a dyslexic traveling to Australia ends up in Austria.
Travis, I promise next time we meet, I have a present for you. A very special present, very Austrian present. And I'll spoil it right away. It's a T-shirt that you can buy here in the town I live, with a big logo on saying, "There are no kangaroos in Austria." And that T-shirt will go to Mr. Travis. That's for sure. I promise, Travis, that's up for you next time we meet.
Yeah, it's kind of like the people mix up Switzerland and Sweden.
Exactly.
We have lousy chocolate and really bad watches, so that's one way of finding here.
The Royal Slot Highnesses keep popping in. Hi, Dave. Good to see you. Good to have you on the show.
Good to see you.
So,
on Slotcar's comment, we had a heat wave last week here in Sweden, where we had like plus 20 degrees during the night and over 30 during the day. I made 3 track records on those days.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen his latest video. He's
yes,
talking about.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
With a towel and the beers.
Yeah, and checking out when he was doing the 1 hour on top Revo. I looked at it and I learned so much from that video on how to tune a Revo. So I did that on my Revo, on this one.
All right, which brings us right into the topic, I would say. What's on your bench?
What's on my bench? Well, on my bench, I've had actually 4 things on my bench. I had a slotted Maserati. Let's see if we can get that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice car. Drives really well. I did some tuning on it and improved like 1.5 seconds on my track. It's a like 5-6 second long track. So made big improvements on tuning that one. So it bounced up 33 places on my list. And then the next victim was this one.
Oh, GTR.
GTR, which is from
GTR.
Yeah, and absolutely beautiful. So many beautiful details. And I think it's a good thing if you have an accident with this one. People on one side see a black car and people on the other side, they see a white car. The witnesses will be saying, "Oh, it's a white car." But yeah,
well, that's good when you scream at it's good when you scream at a marshal when you deslot and you say black car and he will look and there's no black car.
Yeah, exactly. This one also big difference when you tune it. It went up 25 places from 48 to 23. 1 second, it's like 15% improvement.
Wow! What do you do to your cars?
Well, I'll tell you when I get to the F40, and then I had the MR Slotcar, the MR Slotcar, which is the Jaguar. They had a really good deal on Slotcar Union, so I had to buy it. And this one, I mean, it was good already straight out of the box. So I only managed to squeeze out 0.4 seconds out of that one. Only 5 places higher up. But then the big one was this one, the Revo Slot F40. And it was, I love the F40s, and they're beautiful cars. And of course, this one having the Swedish colors, I mean, what is there to complain about that? You gotta have it. Oh, it's dinner time. So what is he having? Wiener Schnitzel?
Well, could be, or Schweinsbraten, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The area where he lives in, more likely, yeah. So enjoy your dinner, Trev.
Yeah, enjoy your dinner and come back when we were probably still rambling when he's done eating. So the Revo Slot only improved 0.6 seconds. And I went through Slotcar's video, did all the things with that. I was taking out the axles, the bearings, and these what do you call those? You call them the axle holders and the spacers and everything. I put in alcohol, shaked it around for 1 hour, and there was a lot of debris coming out of the bearings.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and check the mesh and everything so that that it runs really smooth. I checked. I did your trick with the axles. Make sure that they fall off really
Exactly.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I polished the axle. I aligned the axle holders and made sure that no friction.
See, guys, there's at least one guy listening to my ideas. No kidding. Sorry, there's more. There's more than just you. I know that. Sorry.
No, but it made a big difference. I mean, the wheels were not spinning in the beginning, but now they're spinning like crazy, both back and front. So it makes a big difference. I threw the tires. I did the cleaning of all the small bits and pieces. I aligned the axle holders, so screwing them in carefully so that everything stays straight and not skewed. I added weight. I got weight now on the sides. I put tungsten putty. Maybe I should use the pointer. So I have tungsten putty here, and then on this side, similar amount. And then I have a little bit on the front. I added the fun in the front, and this. I tried it without weight first, and it was just fishtailing and was really unstable. With weight here, and here, it's a lot more stable.
Okay.
And I did the regular oil and grease and so forth to get it. But still, yeah, I don't know what else to do.
Just one question.
Yeah.
Do your cables going to a guide run underneath the front axle or over the front axle?
They are underneath.
Okay. Do they don't touch the axle? Because that's
no, they're stuck in the putty.
Oh, okay.
So that
Okay.
putty keeps them away from the tungsten putty. So it keeps them away from the axle.
Yeah.
So that's my little.
So
I haven't
Oh yeah,
changed.
you got.
Yes, I haven't changed the rubbers here. Oh, where you go?
Yeah.
The side. So I haven't changed those. I haven't changed any of the nuts here that holds the motor pod, and the motor pod is fairly loose.
Okay.
So
of course, there's a question from Fox and Wolves. Do you know how many grams you added? Just around or about?
Yeah, this is about 15
Okay.
grams.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, what happened with this one? 10% increase in performance, which is good. 10% is 10%.
Yeah.
But it feels like I should be able to get more out of this one.
So you do have other Revo slots.
I haven't broken in there.
You have other Revo slots that you tune exactly the same way.
I don't have more Revo slots.
No, just asking. Sorry,
Yeah,
just asking.
so that's that. I only have that one, and maybe that's what I need to do. You're forcing me to buy more cars. I'm already in trouble.
Greg, yes, he trued all tires. Yeah.
Not the front ones. I have not trued the front.
Okay.
Those are not trued, but I'm considering putting nail polish on them just to make sure that they don't grip.
Yeah.
But I have aligned them so well, let's see. I might as well switch. So they turn when I mean they're just about touching the surface. So I think that they are in a good position, but I probably need to put nail polish on them as well to make sure.
There's one suggestion from Dave mentioning to put the brass nuts to the optional front or forward position in the car, because this chassis offers two positions.
I know.
And he suggests to try that.
So, where's my pointer? So right now, let's see.
Turn it around. Like, show us the upper side. Yeah, exactly. And if you go to right behind the front axle holder, there should be holes where you can put.
Yeah, they're underneath the chip.
Okay. So the chip is in the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see them from the bottom, right? Let's see if we can get some reflection on it there. Yeah. So there are the two holes.
Yeah. Well, Greg suggests to true the front tires and put polish on them.
Okay. Yeah.
Either way, sorry. Meantime,
I'll
we
give
got
that. Yeah.
we got Rob Sale in. Hi, Rob. Good to have you here. And we've got Mr. De Leon in. De Leon.
We have to bring some GT40s for Rob.
Okay. Now, by accident, I really have to say by accident, Dave still suggests to move those two screws or brass screws to the front, brass nuts. By accident, I have a rear slot F40 as well.
And you have them on the front.
I have them on the front, as you can see.
Yeah, you could see that
here.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, I have to listen to Dave and you. I mean, clearly you guys know much better. I'm gonna true these tires as Greg suggested, but then I'm just gonna move the chip and move the nuts to the forward.
Yeah. But there's a little but. I did exactly the same things that you did. I just didn't digitalize it. I'm still old school, so I run analog. I did exactly the same things you did. Compared, that's why I was asking, to my other rear slot, this bloody F40, sorry, this beautiful, because I love it. It's a beautiful car. This beautiful F40 is like half a second slower than all the other Revo slots. I have to admit, Greg, I also haven't put on nail polish on the fronts yet, but mine are chewed already. But there is just no way at the moment I can get this car to catch up with a Porsche 11 GT2, for example. It's such a big difference. This one feels like it's falling asleep when you drive it. Versus the Porsche is like, it's all over the place, you know? It's like, yeah, I want to go, I want to drive, kick me, you know? Compared. And I just can't figure. Same motor, same gearing, same axles, same pushing, same weight distribution. I don't know.
Yeah. On the Slotcar Misfits question, I haven't tried silicone tires yet. I'm all urethane and rubber on all my tires. So yeah, I know. They're on their way. Silicone is only for what?
I was looking for the sticker. I used my sticker. I put it on my toolbox.
I thought you put it on your wife.
Nope. Tom, in case you haven't heard that, silicone is for boobies, not for car tires, okay? And there's a sticker out there, and I have it. So don't ask me about silicones. It's an absolute no from my side, okay? I would go for rubber, urethane, foam tires, if you ask me.
Yeah, things come better in rubber. Mm-hmm. Unless they end up on a wall in a bathroom. Revo
there you go.
911.
That's what Dave says. Exactly. I made the same experience now. That Porsche 911s, the GT2s are just bangers. Slightly. It has a slightly shorter wheelbase, yes.
Yeah, and as Greg mentioned here, pick one or the other. Yeah, I'm staying out of silicone. and I'm enjoying it. So it's going really well.
The topic I'm not saying it's personal preference, and I fully agree. The topic with silicons is if you run silicons, you can only run silicons. That's why our club said, no, sorry, we're out of that. That's why we have rubber, urethane, foam, and it's a great combination to have on track. And our Carrera club track is definitely one of the tracks that has the most grip of them all. And we didn't use anything on track, but of course we put sun cream on rubber tires or on foam tires, not on urethanes.
Okay, so this is a good question. So let's stick with that comment. You put you put sunscreen on it. I've seen people put WD-40 on tires.
Yes,
I've seen people put Vaseline, like just clear Vaseline on it, and I've seen some put sunscreen, like Nivea sunscreen. Tell me more about this.
It's just by experience, test and trial. We used to put on oil, WD-40, for example, on rubber tires, because of course we started with rubber tires in the club, Carrera cars you try.
Mm-hmm.
It gives an improvement, no doubt. But then we switched to urethanes. It doesn't matter what you put on those urethanes, they just stay the same. And if you try foamies and put on sun cream or some protection cream, to be honest, that's a massive difference. That's an absolute massive difference. It softens up the foamies and it softens up the rubber tire. So plus we can drive the combination of 3 different tire products. So this gives to us the most benefit.
Okay. But yeah, I haven't tried the Nivea yet, so maybe that's what I'm going to do.
You should try if you can get it, because that's a huge difference again to Nivea. And know that the guys in the US can't get the cream that we use for whatever reason. We use baby cream. It's pink. I don't have one with me here in my studio, but that's what we use. But many guys use sun protection. Many guys use the Nivea cream.
So I'm gonna give that a try.
So Greg says that with urethane you can use alcohol or isopropyl. I need a drink. Alcohol.
IPA.
Exactly. For urethanes, it softens them. And as he says here, don't do that too much because it softens a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tom, if you just use silicones, you'll be limited to silicones. Silicones leave a film, a residue on the track. And all other rubber tires, foam tires, urethane tires, you will drive like being on ice. I mean, Anders used to that, living in Sweden, in Austria sometimes, but on a Slotcar track, that's something you definitely don't want.
Light text Lord Warren is here. He's using maple syrup.
Warren, maple syrup, of course. I mean, asking a Canadian, what can you use?
Yeah.
So it's good. Obviously, it's a good topic because the chat is exploding with comments, whatever everybody's using.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. And right now, I've only tried WD-40. But it stinks, and so I'm gonna.
It does help. You feel a difference. You can feel a difference, no doubt about it, for sure. Try if you have like a sun protection now. And to answer the question before anybody puts it in the live chat, no, the grade of protection, whether you use a 5, a 10, or a 50 protection, does not make a difference.
Yeah. But Bo also made a funny comment. Aren't rubber already smeared in their packages?
Only some brands, and they tend to disintegrate. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention any names here, but yeah. I think we all know who we're talking about.
Yeah, and I see Slotcar Misfits. They're talking about Paul Gage. I haven't found Paul Gage here in Europe.
That's what I just wanted to mention. That's something just different between this side of the pond and the other side of the pond. You guys have your urethane producers, and we have ours. Like I would tend to go to Ortmann. It's a German brand. They have very good tires. They have them already pre-produced for standard rims. So, for example, for a Carrera car, you can buy exactly a urethane tire being produced for that rim. And I think Paul Gage has exactly the same. So it's just a question of.
There's Ortmans.
Okay, here you go.
We got plenty of Ortmans. I'm working on my fly cars. I got my 12 fly cars which is a long-term project. So they're all going to get new tires, all 12 of them. So I bought new tires for all of them. The WD-40 works well, but it doesn't last long. Yeah, that's true. 3-in-1 oil, yeah, sewing machine oil. Machine gun oil. There we go. I got gun oil. I can use that.
You can give that a try.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what rubbers, Bo, you mean. Like we tend to use the original rubber. If we don't use the original ones, we go with we switch to foam or urethane. So, if possible, if the tires do make sense, we try and stick to, when we use rubber tires, the original ones.
Yeah, and I think all my Ortmans, I bought them in what is that model house Bau something. Model Bau.
Bauhaus.
It's a German. Yeah, okay. Model Bauhaus. Yeah. So they had a lot of good Ortmans. So yeah, happy Friday,
Warren. TGIF.
But I'll share with you my latest purchase from Slotcar Union.
Okay.
I have to share with you. Look at this beauty.
Oh, come on. He's giving me a hard time now.
the new Avant Slot Ferrari 296 GT3. It's so beautiful. Look at the Brembo brakes you can even see the Brembo brakes. Almost see the Brembo logo on the brakes. And then this is the back. Let's see if we can zoom in.
No, sorry.
The details. So I bought the yellow one and then the black one, of course. Matte black. It's just awesome. I mean, this makes me drool.
Not only you.
Monday around lunchtime, they arrive. It's confirmed. I got the UPS confirmation. They're arriving on Monday. And so there'll be an unboxing, tuning, test laps. And here's the inside. I mean, it looks beautiful with the suspension and all the details. It's nylon fiberglass chassis. It just looks so cool.
It was nice to get to know you, Anders.
Goodbye. Anders is disconnected. Why is that? What happened?
Guys, I'm totally jealous because I'm trying to get this car and it's really hard to hunt down at the moment for a decent price. Slotcar Union was definitely a way to go, but then my Italian thing came in between, so I have to wait a little.
Yeah, but this black one, looks like Batmobile. Yeah, so that's gonna be That's going to be a lot of fun. I tell you, Monday. Don't call me. I'll be busy. I will be busy on Monday, and I'll be unwrapping, unboxing, tuning, and I'm going to drive them a lot. So
now, Thomas got a good question.
Yeah. If I talk locally about my area, I can say yes, because I had first a neighbor coming over with his two sons, and they had tons of fun driving my track. Oh, have a great dinner. And that has spread. So there's been more and more. So, yeah, I heard you have a big slot car track in your house. Yeah, that's the whole living room. Literally, the whole living room is my slot car track. But you can do that when you're single with a cat, you know.
To answer the question from where I am, hard to answer, to be honest. We do have 2 to 3 clubs in the driving vicinity of 1 hour. All clubs struggle with members. Like my club is down to 5 at the moment. The bigger clubs that have like 15 to 20. So the numbers are going down and not up, to be honest. So yes, we are struggling, and we are trying to do anything to get newbies to the track. But it's hard. It's really hard to get newbies to the track.
Yeah. Well, so out of these people that have come and visited me, they haven't bought the big track, but they have bought Carrera Go tracks.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's at least 4 Carrera Go tracks that have been bought, and then I've given them, and I've given them some track pieces to extend the regular kits, and some crossovers, and some. I got like 5 or 6 sets of the Carrera Go.
But if I pick up the comment from Bo, for example, if we're talking about Carrera Go, Ortman, the German producer, has slip-on urethanes for Go.
Ah, well, I got.
And they work great. That's one thing. Now, the second thing, if you're going to the 1:43 scale, I hope Redhead is still around because he's deep into it, knee deep into it. Is there are the SCX Compact, they're called.
Oh, yeah.
So that's and they have an advantage on the Go cars because they have metal bushings in the rear. The Go cars are just plastic.
Yeah.
And those have already from the factory metal bushings in the rear, and they have lights built in.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. The only lights I have are these. It's the safety car, I think. That one has lights.
Yeah. Exactly. Bo's has got it. If you look at the list that Bo just mentioned, where they come out regularly with from Ortman, they have a list of all producers, all cars, and then you see it's Excel list, and then you see on the side the order number already for the Ortman tires. So it's clip on for every brand.
Yeah, I love B-Rad's comment. Exactly, you got me, B-Rad. And the funny thing, I'll tell you something funny. If you wake up on Sunday mornings and watch Track Fans TV, every time B-Rad makes a comment, Pete calls him Anders because he thinks I'm B-Rad. You should listen to it. I've tried so many times to say that. No, Anders is Lucifer. He doesn't get it. But listen, see, next time B-Rad makes a comment or writes something on Track Fans, you'll hear him. He'll be called Anders.
There you go. Even Warren knows that SX compacts are nice. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. On polycar
exactly.
Track, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah, and I got my first couple of. Oh yeah, Tom. good to meet you as well. Nico has already told you everything about that he met you, and I'm a member in your group as well. I got my first couple of Scalextric cars. I haven't had any Scalextrics, and I was surprised. I thought they would be much worse than they were. They were really.
I think it actually depends on what production batch you catch.
I guess, yeah. So I got the Formula Ones, the Williams and the McLaren, the Albon and Norris cars.
Yeah.
Runs fantastic. So yeah,
exactly.
my last name looks name.
Just for all you guys out there, Tom from Slotcar Misfits of all skills has got a Facebook channel, a big one by the way, called exactly the same way. And Tom just started his YouTube channel and is looking for help, advice, hints from any Slotcar YouTuber out there on what to do and how to do it, because he's just starting off. He's just switching on the laptop at the moment, to be honest. Yeah. That's how I got it. Hopefully I've got that right.
Yeah, so next week I'll make a special unboxing for you, Nico, with the advanced slot.
No. Thank God. I have to admit I haven't told you yet. Next week I won't be available, and now I know why.
Yeah, I'll be using those a lot. I tell you.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Just
yeah, exactly.
rub it in. Exactly.
It hurts.
You've got yours yet?
Well, I know they're in Sweden right now. They're at the terminal, UPS terminal. They didn't manage to deliver it today. I was hoping they would come today for today's show, so I really could rub it in your face. But I guess I have to wait until next week.
I called UPS Sweden and said,
"Oh yeah, a gold GT40."
No, Mr. GT40. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I meant with depends on the batch. I think that was the time when it changed their production from, was it China to Vietnam? I think it was the Vietnamese production that had that problem in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
well, that's what it's all about.
I tell you, even people that are skeptical to like, oh, isn't that a toy? Is that? But once you put the controller in their hands and they get to drive a little bit, and after a couple of laps, the devil gets inside of them, and they're like trying to get faster and faster laps. And when you start competing, and the laughter, and you wipe out, you onslaught, and you make crashes, and it's just hilarious. It's just so much fun. So yeah. Also,
exactly.
Fox and Wolves. I know they have a few advanced slots to do unboxing on, but you guys, you got so many cars, but you only talk that you have to do it. Now it's time for action. Let the unboxing talk. Just do a live and just get cars. Don't talk about doing unboxes. I know you have like 50, 60 at least cars you haven't showed. If you don't want to record a video and do all that, just do a live and take one box after the other and share with the world. We are really curious. We want to see the beauties that you have. So
exactly, and if you do that, it'll take you, or it'll bring at least a 6-hour video, because you unbox all your cars. That'll take 6 hours at least.
Yeah, that's true. Let the unboxing begin. Yeah, there we go.
Hi, Chris. Welcome to our show. Good to have you.
Yeah, good to have you. Chris is also a very active member in the Slotcar community. He's on every single, together with Fox and Wolves, they're on every chat all the time. It's all so much fun.
Yes, big supporters of us YouTubers of live chats. Also in Discord, I have to repeat it again, I'm sorry. Also in Discord, And my deepest thoughts go out to Joe from Herrera Carrera. I think he's a dentist. So, man, hang in there. Hang in there tight.
What's with Joe?
He's at the dentist at the moment. I talked to him just like a few hours before we started live, and he said, I can't make it. I'm at the dentist. I was going like, oh, Jesus. My thoughts are with you, man.
I'm so happy I don't have to do that anymore.
Okay.
I played hockey, so 17 of my teeth are all implants. They're screwed in with porcelain, so very low maintenance, and there's no you don't get holes or caries on, and so you don't have to go to the dentist. Just go to the car mechanic and tighten the screws every now and
then. Just for you, Tom, Discord is actually a platform where you can discuss openly. You have different chapters, I would say, with different topics in that Joe and Pete from the US set up. And you've got lounges where you can just jump in, do a live talk with Anders or me or anybody who's in there, Fox Wolves, Joe from Herrera's Carrera, Warren from Light Tech, Mike, Big Oak. So they're all there. And you can do like a live talk with 5 other people. Ask Anders, who's also there, how his new event slots drive.
I'll share some pictures.
Yeah. So maybe, hang on, I need to check.
Here's the star of my show.
Oh, yes.
Here she is. She's such a big, heavy cat. She's a big monster. She doesn't like when I pick her up. Just a little bit, maybe.
Okay. I'm a cat person, so big love. Big love.
It's the first time she shows up, so she's always out in the forest hunting.
Okay. She's a Maine Coon, isn't she?
Yeah, Maine Coon. Yeah.
Going back to Tom one more time. Tom, if you check out the channel description in my YouTube channel, I think there's a link for the Discord, the Slot Yard. So you just click that and you just register once, free of charge, doesn't cost you anything. Go and check it out.
Yeah, and you can do like you mentioned, text chatting, but there's also the lounge where you can do. I did that earlier today with Fox and Wolves. Did a video call like this, and we were chatting. They were showing some new cars that they were using. They just bought some HO cars, and so yeah, that's all good fun. So I really recommend it. And if you have questions, I mean, you have Greg there, Greg Gob. There's so many people with so much experience, and you get everybody's help.
You get answers within minutes to pick the right time. I mean, it depends on, being on this side of the pond or the other side of the pond or down there. But so it's like a 24 hours, something going on.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Yeah,
absolutely.
So I think Wimbledon. Oh yeah, they had some couple of fun doubles, and they had some like show games where they were playing and having fun, which were really entertaining.
So yeah, Tom, once again, I would highly recommend you to just check it out and see if you like it or not. I mean, but a lot of the guys that are in the chat right now are in there as well.
Yeah.
What's an inner bicycle tube? What is that? Bo, can you get a little more precise on that one?
Yeah, that was I don't know. I think it's hard. How would you install?
Isn't it those spray things, that spray foam that you put into the tire and then it gets hard? Okay.
Oh, they're
talking about the Tour de France. Yeah.
Yeah, you are on Discord.
You're definitely on Discord. There you go. And Mike already subbed Misfits. Go and check out his channel. He's just starting new. Give him some love. Give him some comments. Give him some likes, and give him some submissions.
Yeah. I don't think I have subbed yet. I have to do that.
Okay. So definitely more to come. There you go, Tom.
Yes, nice. We've gone. What's been on your bench?
Well, it was the F40, like on your bench, although we're a few thousand kilometers away. It was the same car, but at the same time,
But
I did
so what do you do
when
you do a tuning? What do you do then?
I check. Hang on. I check the bushings, whether it's ball bearings or bronze bushings as well. The ball bearings put in petrol overnight or in alcohol, so that the grease that is in from the production gets out, and sometimes it's messy, as you already mentioned.
Yeah.
On Revo slots, I changed the gear. I changed the gear to I think I'm not sure whether it's a scale out or it's a different one.
And you have wider tires. You have really wide tires on that.
No, hang on. I'll come to that in a second. The pinion is aluminium. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. So okay, so it's not the brass one.
It's not the brass one. The reason why is you can get them from Slothead. They have them in different sizes. They really run quiet, and of course they're a lot lighter. I mean, even more lighter would be the plastic ones, but they sometimes tend to get loose on the motor axle, on the motor shaft. Whereas those you can press on quite easily. They just look wider, Anders. They're not. The reason why is I had to buy new ones. I bought this car used. I had to buy new ones, and they're just black inside. So that's why they look wider. They aren't.
Okay. So the wheels are okay. I see. Okay, I thought the tires were really
that's
wide.
why. Yeah. And then I add weight. So I've got that tungsten putty there. I threw the front tires. I threw the rear tires. I put on thinner braids. Hang on. The braids.
Oh, you put thinner braids on, but that's for a wood track, right?
I do it also for the Carrera track. The reason why is I get lower in the front, because if I have thick ones, it's like the whole chassis. If it's on the come on, help me out, Anders. What is this thing called?
The guide.
Thank you. When you've got thicker braids on the guide, it's like it's all fluffy on there, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy that likes to have thin ones. So my braids are floating. They're not pressed against the Carrera track. They float between.
Yeah.
And the stiffness just guarantees that they're always down. So I don't use the very soft ones. Yeah, that's how I set up my car. And then I go to the track and see what it does. And from there on, I do things to get rid of the behavior it shows.
So on that one, I see a couple of things I want to ask questions about. One is the placement of the putty. You put it right in front of the engine. Why is that?
To have more grip on the rear axle.
Okay. Because right now I have mine on the side.
Also good. also good. Plus, we don't have that much space with the chip in. Now,
well, there's still some room here, so
okay,
you have the light contact. So I guess I could remove. You see, there's some space,
yeah.
and so yeah, I'll have to look into that because it's fishtailing and it's just all over the map. It's just not stable.
Well, I would suggest try the sun protection and try adding a little weight, both things, or try one after the other, so you see the effect on what he just did. You know. Using a tire truer, Tom. I don't know about Anders.
Yeah, I got my. I got this fairly. I don't know if it's cheap, but it's a simple solution. So you put this one on the track, and then you have a go back and forth switch, and then you get power, and then you can true, and you have different plates that you can replace.
Easy, thanks for joining. Sorry. So yeah, different ones, and on the tire tool I'm using, there's 400 grit paper there. That's what I use for Fumi's youth and rubber tires.
Yeah, I really would like to have like the Greg Gorb is also doing a tire truer. He's 3D printing one. I'd like to get one of those where you have an engine and everything. And maybe I should order one and have it shipped. I'm going to Chicago later in August, so I'll be back in the US again.
You already checked out the slot car shops like I do? Every place I go is like, is there a slot car shop?
yeah. The last place was LA, and guess which shop that was?
No need to tell us. We're all jealous you made it.
That cost me a fortune.
Okay, yeah, would be the same with me. Absolutely,
yeah,
be absolutely the same with me.
But it's fun, and yeah. And what else? I'm driving. I have a couple of cars that are no mag. Everything else is mags. But I have the new Porsche, from NSR, the Coca-Cola one. That is set up as a no mag just for me to practice, and it's like a second slower than all the other NSRs with no mag.
Okay.
So it is.
Of course.
It is, yeah. So it's a different experience. Now, I'm not sure yet if I enjoy it or not. I'm not.
There you go. There you go. You've got a good description by Warren now. It's a ballet of drifting and have to drive the car and learn its limits.
Yeah, while pirouetting and sliding off
the corners. Excellent description, Warren. I think I might use that.
Yeah, but part of it's kind of like, how should I phrase this without upsetting too many people? Magless for me is like, I feel like Morgan Freeman in Driving Miss Daisy. You know, I'm. Yeah, it's a nice ride, and but it's when I got my magazine, I'm blasting through the track, and it's speed, it's adrenaline.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was test driving a Carrera C8 to 32.
Mm-hmm.
Original setup on our track, Carrera track, at 12 volts.
Like one of
exactly.
those.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, all my 1 to 24 cars, no mag, foam tires are faster with 12 volt. And they stick nearly as well as the mag car. So you can get a no mag car to be as good as a mag car. depending on what magnets you've got in. I mean, if you've got a pile of magnets in, of course, but you'll burn down the motor because it'll just stick and it just won't move, you know?
I did that. I bought these, like, they have, NSR has this neodymium like extreme maximum turbo. I put 3 of them in one car. It said boom. It was stuck. It didn't move. The wheels were just spinning. It didn't move anywhere. So yeah, there's
Exactly.
a limit to how much magnets you can have.
Exactly.
But it was fun though.
But it'll kill your motor in the end. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to learn, and that's what Warren also mentioned. You have to learn to control the trigger, and it's not just on off. My point of view.
Yeah. There's Morgan Freeman.
You to our club track.
Yeah, I still haven't driven on a wood track yet, so I have that still in my journey. I haven't been on a large wood track. I really love to try that once, and I'm not going to give up on the Nomax. Absolutely not. And I got my axle box, so I'm both analog and digital, so that everybody's cool with that. And
you're on the right way.
Yeah, and I'm stubborn like crazy, so I'm gonna hang in there and keep practicing on my Nomad cars, and also give them maybe a little bit extra love in tuning, and see if I can get them even closer to the Mag cars. So
okay. Hi Rerun, who just joined in. Thanks for joining. People are still coming in. Some people are going, so it's back and forth, coming and going. Which is good.
yeah, Thunderbolt.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I got. Is this a Thunderbolt?
No, you mean Thunderslot.
Thunderslot, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about. Rob is talking about Thunderbolt. Yeah.
No, but he comes after. Next click. Next
Sorry. My mistake.
Yeah. So yeah, I got my magnets here, but I haven't moved them into the middle section. They're still in the back.
Yeah. Mike, no. We run a lot of 24 cars with the small motors, like those in the rear slot, just with 25k. Yes, so we do run them 25k on 12 volts. Yes, I admit, but still, they're faster.
Yeah. I'll come to. I need to make a trip down to Salzburg and visit you, and we'll have a meetup at the Carrera World of Carrera.
Yeah.
We have to go there and play, and then we'll have a race.
Maybe more than one. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. No, I actually Travis, that Slotcar guy, he had. Yeah, so he has done a lot of videos from Carrera World, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, just recently.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. I just need to switch on the light. So just a sec.
Go ahead.
I'm still around.
I race alone. Yeah, nobody else. Yeah, B-Rad. I race a lot alone as well. And I use ghost cars with my digital features. I use ghost cars in the race, and then I race against my little Excel sheet with all the cars. So I try to make the bottom ones improve and move up, and mainly by that improving my tuning skills and making all cars, they get closer and closer and closer to each other so they can race. Because right now there's a big difference still. So next is a whole bunch of Carrera cars that's going to get there. Now I had the Slotheds, MR slot cars, and the Revos. But I don't know if I'll have time with that, since I have a couple of Avant slot Ferraris coming, Nico. Yeah, you know it. It's gonna be there. Oh no! Don't you show it? Don't you put that away, Nico? You put it away.
He knows exactly what's coming.
Yeah. Oh, I just got disconnected. I'm sorry. Oh, that car! Look at that car. For those of you who have not seen it, this is like the most beautiful car. Pure love. The details in that one, just unbelievable. The wheels
for
and
those of you
tires.
who've missed it, that's the limited edition from Avant Slot, the Toyota GR10. Yeah.
Oh, dang. You had to bring it out. You had to bring. You know I like that car.
Hang on. You know, Anders, I can still smell it.
Mm.
Can you smell
You
the Ferrari?
smell, huh?
Okay, no, just
So,
kidding.
if anybody wants to join me in the Slothead Crew, because we
Next
just have,
Friday.
we just lost one member here called Nico, so he's not able to join us anymore. So, oh yeah. So now I'm on the search for one of those. As you have been searching for one of those, I need to find one. That just looks so cool. I'll get the 960.
Ooh, that's also a nice one.
Oh
I have to admit.
yeah. Those cars in 124 size, that must be awesome. So cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well done,
That
Chris.
must be fun going
That's
down to
cool.
Marty's. That's a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pulling max out of some cars too darn fast and less.
Practice. That's a lot of practice. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll practice. I'll practice. But every now and then it's so much fun just to put one of those. Like I have GT40s from NSR. They are like glued on the track. They suck onto the track, and you can just blast through. I mean, you still have to let go in the corners, and I have two more technical corners and two fast corners with like a radius 2 and radius 3 corner, and then I have radius 1 in two of them. But just letting that go and have the speed and your adrenaline to not crash, because when you crash. So my track is about 17 meters. What's that in? I don't know how much that is in gallons or yards
No
and
idea,
feet.
to be honest. Guys, you need to calculate. Talking to Europeans here, so sorry for that.
17 meters. I guess I could figure it out somewhere. There must be
the club track where I do most of my videos, that's 33 meters in length. So each lane 33 meters.
Yeah, that's twice as long as mine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's see, 17 meters to feet. Also, it's 56 feet.
Okay.
I only have 2 feet, but I only have 2 feet. Yeah, so that's. But it's long enough to have fun.
Yes, Bob. I'd love to have that 787B. That must be a killer car as well from our slot.
I haven't seen that one. I have not seen that.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the Mazda 787B, and only to see the videos or to hear the videos, the sound that freaking machine makes is me goosebumps. That must be awesome to stand next to the track when they're going by. Ooh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That,
all right.
Yeah, maybe I should. I don't have any 124 yet. Maybe that's the next thing to get. Two of them, two 124s, and have a bit of racing.
Harry just nailed it.
I have lost against ghost cars, to be honest, because they don't de-slot. I do. And they just and then also I set it up so I have to go and refuel, and they don't. Right, so they get an advantage of not refueling. I have to go into the pit and refuel. So That's my excuse. But I have lost actually one race against a ghost car.
That's a good hint by Chris. The new NSR Lola, the WRE car, that was just issued because of the 24 hours world race endurance. Take out of the box, already tuned, no weight needed, no guide change.
No guide change needed. So I'll ask the question here: is no guide change needed for a wood track or for a Carrera track? Because there's a big difference. I noticed that the NSR ones have these small, really thin ones for the wood tracks. Yep. But when I changed, because now I upgraded all my NSRs to the Carrera slot, the Carrera guide, which is wider and longer. Major difference, big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Chris says it's for Carrera track.
Really? Even because I don't have the Lolas. Maybe I should get one NSR Lola.
The longer we talk, the longer your list gets.
Yeah, I know. And this is half of the list. This is only the top half of my list. So yeah, it's that's terrible hobby.
So I would do like a last orders call, because we're already an hour and 10 or 11 or something, or 12. Anybody got any more questions for Anders or me? Last orders. Hit us with your questions.
Yeah, if you switch to analog, you're going to go broke. But yeah, so I got this. I don't know how to show it, but I have one of these axle boxes. So I have just a switch. I can switch back and forth. And it's a lot of fun because now I can buy any car I want and race and just switch over, go analog.
Yeah, that's definitely a good hint, though. Yes. It does make a difference. Exactly, slot invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought them over there, but my understanding is Slot Invasion and Frankenslot are the same. It's the same company, but same guide, but they're licensed somehow.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, anytime. I mean, nearly all our shows are as good as this one. I mean, this is one of the best ones, but just kidding.
Exactly. This is our worst show so far. You should have seen the good ones. I mean, they're amazing.
Yes, Chris, Warren absolutely agrees with you. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah.
Invasion guide. Yeah, big difference.
But that Lola didn't need an upgrade. Okay. Good hint. Thanks, Chris. That's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So there you go. People keep inviting buddies, asking them to come over. Yes. Spread the word, guys. Sorry.
But honestly, I have friends that just come over, say, oh yeah, I had this one question. And it's like, yeah, but you could have asked me over a text message. Yeah, but I felt it was better to take it face to face. And while we're at it, could we race a little bit on your track? They want to come over and race. Find an excuse. And I say, you're always welcome. My door is open.
So Tom, yes, Anders and I already talked about it. We'll come back to you. Yeah, we just had our schedule already set up. And for example, next week I'm not in. So, but we'll definitely, we promise to come back to you and have you on the show. Yes, that's promised.
Yeah.
To shoot more questions on us.
Frankenslot and Slot Invasion are pretty much the same. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's actually a small
difference. Also agree. Yeah, they're both just working great on Carrera.
Yeah.
There you go. Dinner's over. What do you have, mate?
Oh, we knew it. Yeah.
What do you have? We told you we were still on when you finished your dinner.
This is a tough one. I mean, I like so many different brands for different reasons. I I'll throw out a torch here. I actually do like Carrera a lot. I like Carrera for the track, and I like their cars. Why do I like their cars? Well, they're durable. So whenever I have friends over, I can let them drive the Carrera cars, and they can crash them. They don't break. They just last. They're like built like tanks, and that's what I like really a lot. But then when I want to be on my connoisseur side and I want to race and get the really fast track times and get the adrenaline, then I go to the Advanced Slot or Revos or the NSRs, because those cars you can really tune and you make a difference. With small changes you can really make them fly, and I like that part as well. So it's hard, but I'd say probably NSR and Carreras would be my couple of really favorite brands, because I like what Carrera is doing for the hobby. I know there's a lot of banter about Carrera. They're not doing this, they're not doing that, but they're also doing a lot of things like the Carrera Go tracks and so forth. And that is for many people a starting point, and for some they even stay there, because like there's this Holland's Slotcars. He has this massive scenery around the 143 track. Absolutely. And then also World of Slot Cars from Denmark. He has 3 amazing tracks, and one of them is all 143. So I'm not, there's some good stuff there, and also the tracks. I know that the Carrera track is not as good as a Scalado or a polycar track that you use for the NSR big races, but for home usage, definitely works for me.
Not only for home usage, and I think that's also the charming part of it. Like, our club track is a 4-lane Carrera track. It's Carrera track pieces put together, and we just made it a 4-lane. We just made it big, but it also works as if you, of course, you have to put a work in, but it works as a club track. So I would also opt definitely for Carrera being very far up, for keeping the quality at their level for decades.
Yeah, and making it
of course, we're up and down. Everybody's got that. And if you have a production somewhere else, of course they have. Nobody's perfect. And I mean, we already mentioned the UK brand with having their bodies glued to the chassis. They changed manufacturing. It happened. All good. It is out there. But I also agree with Anders on the other brands, of course, like NSR, Slotted, Polycar, Polysteel, being Slotted, Advanced Slot, SRC, not very often mentioned, but there's a lot of technology in those cars as well, especially in the newer ones. So yes, there are a lot of good brands, and we're in a lucky situation that in our time now, there are so many cars coming out. There are so many new cars being issued. There is new tracks coming out. There is, I don't know where to stop. Controllers. There are so many high sophisticated controllers on the market.
Yeah, no, I think the good thing with that, everyone can find their level of their hobby, wherever they feel they're comfortable. And if they want to move upwards and upgrade certain part, it's really easy to do that. If you want to have a more expensive or higher grade cars or track or controllers, you can pick and choose. So,
So yes, I think
it would be nice to try
in the time we're blessed, definitely. And I think this is something that they didn't have in the 60s and the 70s, to be honest. They made a lot of their own chassis, which people still do, and I think that's a great thing. So don't get me wrong. And those homemade chassis can be a blast. But we've got so many options now. I mean, if you buy a metal chassis from Skellextrix or Plafit or the Germans, Schöler, or whatever they're called, you get good quality for the bang, So,
Scale Auto Track. I haven't tried that yet, but I've seen some other people trying it, and it looks fantastic.
It does
like really
fantastic, and of course, as it just plugs into CarreraTrack, that's a great feature. It's just plug and play; they fit. You know what I
and the
heard.
grip,
I haven't tried yet. What I've heard
I
is
heard the
that
grip is fantastic on those.
the surface should be a little more slippery. So again, I haven't tried. So it's just what I heard. That's what I wanted to say. And yes, the polycar track is definitely also good quality, good thing for the money. It's just a little smaller, the distance between the rails. But again, I would agree it's a good system.
Don't jump over Bo's comment there. We did not have the one before. You don't have to show that one. Totally unnecessary. Yeah. That Toyota is okay. It's a it's a nice car.
You want to see it again?
You know what?
You want to see it? No, just kidding.
Payback will be so sweet when I get my Ferraris, my 296s.
Of course,
oh my God.
I will get it back. I know.
Yeah,
and it's good that way. Good that way.
You're on the negative points right now, so I need to come up to plus. Oh, yeah, polycar track. That'd be sweet, but yeah.
I do agree, Travis. The Carrera has also got the advantage of being with their rails, so that they don't rust. You know, stainless steel they're using, this type of stainless steel. Jamal, good to have you in. Great. I'm opening up the market. I'm wearing one of Rahul's shirts today, but you know, I'll keep the market open. No, just kidding. In case you guys haven't checked it out,
I have my personalized shirt.
I'm not old, I'm classic. Yeah. Could be mine.
Big difference. Well, so Slotcar Misfits there, Tom is commenting on digital and analog. I mean, I bought the axle box. It's a fairly small investment, and you get it back so fast, because now I can easily just flick a switch, and then off we go. I can go analog or digital. The only thing I regret with the axle box is that I didn't buy it earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have bought it earlier, because I have about, I don't know, 50 cars that I put chips in, and count, how much is 50 times the digital chip. No matter which one I have.
That's many slot cars.
Yeah, many slot cars. I have the Carrera chip. I have the MPL. I have the Slot Technique. I have Slotits, and so I got all the different ones.
Yeah. And yes, I do agree, Travis. It would extend their market share, I would say, if they were able to do that. Kind of an axle box being implemented.
Yeah, but with the axle box, I mean, and the Smart Race app, you just put your camera and it recognizes the cars, and you can run all the races and everything else you use, and you don't have to buy any separate module of Smart Race. You just use it as is. So it's really neat. Oh, the ACD. I heard ACD is really nice. Or the Frankenslot.
Travis, I've got one. I've got it. I just recently got it. My wife gave it to me as a present. The plus one, the Japanese controller, and that's a scary thing. That controller is a scary thing. I'm just working my way into it, and I will do another video. I already made a video on controllers. I will do another one, and I'm into that controller a little more. I've got it with me.
Wow. Yeah, so it does require only a little bit. I mean, the little soldering you have to do is the cables that comes out of the slot box, the axle box, onto the little thingies that goes into the track. So it's very, very simple. I'm scared of soldering, and I'm not good at it, but that was so easy. But you can also, if you feel uncomfortable with it, you can send a control unit to Alex Duncan, and he will implement everything and send it back with everything installed. So those are the two options.
One thing that maybe Carrera could.
Did someone comment about the the plunger.
Yep.
The thumb plunger, you can actually 3D print these, so they work as a pistol grip. So then you can make your regular Carrera plungers to a pistol grip. Really, really neat.
I just forgot what I wanted to mention. Never mind. It
was something about controllers. +1.
Maybe. +1. Yeah. Well, yeah. The +1 is knocking me off my feet. No, and no. Travis, I think one thing that Carrera could catch up on. I know it would be a copy, but paste. But I think it's a brilliant idea from Skillextrix going out to schools and having them actually design their own slot cars and test them on track. That's a bloody good thing to do to get youngsters connected. I mean, come on, they're inviting them for like half a day or a day where they can present their designs and then race their cars. I think that's an awesome idea to get the young ones onto the track. Now I've got everybody quiet.
Yeah, no, but I'm reading Chris comment that you need a 3D printer. Yeah, that I have a 3D printer and I 3D print everything. I have all my cars are up on 3D printed stands. I print out control towers and of course the controllers and scenery. I 3D print so much, it's just crazy. Everything is 3D. Even the stand I have for my little ATEM Mini Pro here is 3D printed. So whenever I need something, I just 3D print it. It's all available. Oh,
so, good thing.
Oh, good thing. The schools come and visit the Carrera world.
Well, absolutely great. Yeah, that's how you get them.
It's a good
connected,
start.
Of course. Start. Yeah, exactly. Excellent start. So, guys, we're already running 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
The chat is still on fire.
Switching on the stock Carrera controller and switching to quality.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, I agree. That's a massive difference. Yeah. That does make a massive difference. Bo would be in for trucks, like the one from the first system that Carrera got out, Universal System. Yep. Okay. That explains a few things to me.
Yeah.
Guys, I know you don't want to let us off your hook. I'm just doing a little. But I think we should call it a day or a night or an evening when I look out.
Yeah. And enjoy our weekends and
absolutely.
Meet up. I don't know if there's any Saturday morning shenanigans tomorrow.
There is for Europeans. There is the cartoons. That's 3:00 my and your time. That's Herrera's Carrera and
Rahul,
Joe from the US.
Yeah.
Joe and Pete. Sorry, I always mix them up. Yeah. Joe and Pete.
Yeah. So that's happening tomorrow, and then of course on Sunday it's Track Fans.
Sunday morning, it's Track Fans TV.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
And yeah. So it was absolutely another good live stream. Thanks for that, Anders.
Yeah, a lot of good information, interesting new views. I know I'm going to put some tape and move on my F40. I'm going to put some tape on it. I'm going to move the screws to the front and so forth. So the evening is saved. I know what to do.
So, and the good thing, in case you missed anything, you just need to replay the whole live stream and you can go through it again.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, all right, everybody. I guess that's it for us.
Exactly.
Everyone, have a good weekend.
thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for asking questions and keeping the live stream on fire. It was really good. And see you next week.
Yeah.
On the live stream with
Definitely.
Anders.
See you.
Okay,
There's going to be
guys.
a lot of Ferraris.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Of course. Have a good one. See ya.